Alright, Atlanta Sim Racing QE side, and here's a track guide. So my weather's going to be a little bit hotter, warmer track temp than A fixed and regular NIS fixed, but it's still fixed, and we'll talk about that, once we get to the lap. So, like I promised, I'll do the keys to the race card. And you can see 1 and 2 are the same tires. That's not a typo. That's just the way it is, because I say they're that much more important at a track, that eats tires. A track that requires skill, unlike last week. Anyway, so number 3 is actually what you're looking at right now, which is the front stretch for quad oval. Gets really hard to drive after about 15 to 20 laps, which I'll add a 4th one. The 4th one you see is slick in general. It's just slick. It gets really tough after about 20 laps. So that's something to look out for. Weather can change during the race in terms of track temp. So maybe it won't be as bad, but it's something to watch out for. So we're going to go ahead and go down pit road, talk about speed limits, and show you the blue cone for some newcomers. So, yeah, then after that, we'll get to the lap. Alright, here we are on pit road. Speed limit is 50 miles per hour. You can start accelerating once you're past those green cones that you see right there. And you gotta stay under the white line. All the way until the exit of turn 2. Or you'll get a penalty. But stay as close to the white line as you can to maximize the speed on exit. And you'll see all the way 1 and 2, there's the blue cones. I don't know if you can see from there, but there they are. I didn't mention it, but pace car speed is 65 miles per hour. So, on to the lap. Alright, we're about to take our lap. I mentioned that the track temp from my video is a little bit hotter from A fixed and NIS fixed. This video and those other 2 series, they all use the same air temp, which is 78. Everything's default. Humidity and all that shit, it's all default. But they have a dynamic sky, meaning the sky moves. Therefore, cloud cover can get over the track and cool it. And by quite a bit, actually. The video, when you first open NIS fixed practice, it's 103. This video is 111 track temp. And A fixed takes place later in the day, so things are a little bit cooler, actually. And they're even cooler, so they're almost a full second quicker. If not over a full second quicker. So there's the reasons behind that. My session here and all my track guides are going to be a locked static track. No dynamic sky, no dynamic weather. That way everything stays exactly the same. And it gives people a goal of what to reach in a certain particular weather. Now I suggest after this track guide, you go test in all sessions. Just any kind of weather. That way you know what it's going to do over a race. So, now that I can, shut up, let's go ahead and watch how this lap was done. And then go from there. And there you have it for a 30.28 or 30.298. So I already backed that up. Let me get to the line here. And you see that big thing, on the side there where you saw all the gears and speed and throttle inputs. I'm going to leave that up as well as these down here because it's a pain in the ass to edit that out. So we're just gonna, I'm trying to make these look more refined. So we'll do that some other week. Alright, so we're going to make our way to 1. And before I enter 1, I'm already turning in. Around here. And as I'm coming off the transition from, flattish, front stretch to banking, that's when I'm rolling out of the gas. Which you can see down there on the bottom left or side left, wherever I have it. that I'm getting on the brakes ever so slightly, trail braking if you will, as I'm off that bump. And we're holding that for a while actually, about 15%, 10% of the brakes. And I'm holding it, trail braking until I feel it, it's ready to turn. Because frankly, the setup sucks. And the minute I got it centered and turned, I'm gonna pick up the throttle, as you can see right there. And you can let it, keep it on that white line because it pushes if you miss it. And an optional line you can run is up next to the wall, for the same kind of lap. At least in 1 and 2. So we're already off. The car gets a little free, on the exit. Now 3 and 4, we're throwing it in quite a bit deeper. And I can't even give you a guideline. I'm already turned down, and again, once you feel the flat of the backstretch to the banking, that's when you're letting off the gas. So basically, where this building is here, once it comes into contact with this pillar, that's when I'm turning down and I'm getting on the brakes. Doing the same thing we did in turn 1 and 2. Trail braking. Not as much though, because you really don't need to slow down as far. And we're letting it roll that time actually. Down to the white line and pick up the throttle like you did. Accelerate out, and you should be able to mash it out. Careful with the exit, especially after a while. And that's when you bring it to the line. Alright, that's going to be it for this track guide. Not my best track guide, but for Atlanta, it's alright. I don't know when the build's going to change, so we'll see what the next race is and what setups go on there and all that learning curve. So anyways, Sim Racing Chewy side.